SSJ is in services, locally owned and operated, HLAC certified to the highest standards. Walker has partnerships with hospitals, surgery centers, and medical clinics in and around the metro area. Walker Medical Linen Services in Kansas City and online at walkermls.com.
The Kansas City Royals
will send A.J. Ewing to the plate to lead off. What a night for A.J. last night, going 4 for 4 with a 1.
And Ewing cracks one to deep right center field. Back goes Thomas to the warning track, and it's out of here. A.J. Ewing strikes again. A leadoff home run. 4 for 4 last night. He homers for the second straight night. 1-0 New York.
2 down, 3-2, and a swing and a liner to left field, a base hit. What a plate appearance by Salvador Perez. Caglione scores. We're tied at 1. Salvi getting it done. A 9-pitch at bat, a slider, and he lined it over the leaping shortstop Lindor for an RBI single, and we have a 1-1 game here in the 6th inning.
So a 9-pitch walk to Bench, who's on base for the 3rd time tonight. Now that'll get Polanco up with 2 men on. And Jorge rolls over one down to first. Caglione with the flip. Too late, and it gets away. But Lindor does not break from the plate. And he wouldn't have made it. And the bases are loaded. That is just giving a team a 4th out. That is routine. Oh, my word. You know? Take it. So here's Young, bases loaded, 2 out. Jared is 0 for 2 on a walk tonight, and Young takes it inside and hit him, and the Mets take the lead. A hit by pitch to force in the go-ahead run. Lindor in to score. Painful way to drive in the go-ahead run for Young, and the Mets are in front 2-1.
Well, this inning should be over.
All this happening after 2 out and nobody on, and Brett Beatty a chance to give the Mets some breathing room. Started the night with a 7-game hitting streak, and Brett lights one to the right center, a base hit. Bench is in. Taylor scores. Young to third. Brett Beatty drives in a pair, and it's 4-1 New York.
Back to the top of the lineup, and Carter Jensen. Game is not quite over yet. Jensen rips it down the right field line, a base hit, bouncing toward the right field corner. Rojas rounds third. He's in to score. Jensen replaces him at second with a 2-out RBI double. The Royals grab a run in the top of the 9th inning. That's a start. It's now 6-2. The baton passes to Bobby Witt Jr.
6-2 New York. Runner at second, 2 out, top 9. 2-2 pitch.
He struck him out, and the ball game is over. Xavier Curry puts on the finishing touches after the Mets explode for 5 runs after 2 out and nobody on in the bottom of the 8th. And they defeat the Royals 6-2 to even up the series in a game apiece.
Incredible job, ton of ground balls, worked quickly, was pretty efficient with his pitches, got us into the 7th inning, which was a huge outing for him. What he did today is that was a really good outing, but he throws a ton of strikes. He keeps the ball on the ground. He doesn't beat himself. He's going to challenge hitters and keep you in the game. Two quick outs. Lindor put a good at bat together. There was a walk, and then we have a chance with the ball at first on Polanco. He went down the line hard. That was a tough tweener. You hope to be able to get out of the inning there, but his pitch count got up. But he competes like crazy, and take my chances with him out there all the time. Salvi's been seeing the ball well last few days, starting to feel good at the plate, and we have all the confidence in the world in him, and we've seen him do it time after time. Obviously that was a huge spot. It tied the game and gave us some momentum. Yeah, it was a great play. I mean, off the bat I thought it was either a homer or off the wall, and he went back and read it perfectly. Really athletic play.
What's up, Kansas City? This is New Day with SSJ on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Stephen St. John in studio solo. Jake Gutierrez, Deeves. It's Thursday, July 9th, 2026. Today on the show, funky lineup. If you're used to the normal Thursday lineup, this ain't it. Normally we have Buster Olney at 7, Adam Kaplan at 7:30, and then Gary Dieter and Anthony Sherman in the 8 o'clock hour, and then Jesse Newell in the 9 o'clock hour. Adam Kaplan needed to switch time, so he flip-flops with Buster only. So we'll have Adam at 7:05 and then Buster at 7:30. Gary Dieter is on vacation. Also, the Yankees suck, and so that could be a reason. And Anthony Sherman has football practice. And then Jesse Newell's on vacation. Also because the Yankees suck. So that was odd. But so, called a few audibles. 8 o'clock, we'll talk to Gabe DeArmond from PowerMizzou.com. 8:30, we're going to catch up with our good friend Jared Sutton, who has a new gig in the NBA. We'll find out more about that at 8:30. And then at 9:05, we'll talk to Kansas City Roos head basketball coach Mark Turgeon and get an update on how things are going with his new program and recruiting the Kansas City area heavily, and start to build some excitement for the Roos as they hopefully enter an era which will lead them to the long-awaited berth in the NCAA tournament. If there's a guy to do it, you would think Mark Turgeon is that man. So we'll talk to him at 9:05 and see how things are going as he's looking to turn this program into a winner. You heard lots of highlights from the game last night between the Royals and the Mets. The Mets win 6-2. And I don't know what to tell you, people. Odd game. Alex Lang has had a really interesting year for the Royals. I don't really know even how to describe it. At times he's been good when he's been called upon to close, but he's had a couple of blow-ups over the past couple of weeks. Remember that 22-1 game, he pitched a third of an inning and gave up 5 earned runs. Last night, he pitched 2/3 of an inning and gave up 5 earned runs. So in 2 bad outings against the White Sox and the Mets, he's thrown an inning and given up 10 earned runs. That will blow up your numbers. But many times he's been effective as a closer. So, you look at it a bunch of different ways, but also, closers have shown when they're the actual closer, right? And that's the role on the team. And when they're called upon to pitch in a non-closing situation, it normally doesn't go well. And so last night, you had a game that was 1-1, and he comes in the in a non-save situation and just gets blown up, which I think. And you gotta. Sometimes you're forced to go with a guy that maybe isn't. Sometimes you got to go with a closer and use him in a non-closing role, but it just seems like it doesn't work out very often. Which begs the question: why do you use your closer when it's not a save situation? I don't know. Seems like more times than not you put a closer out there in a non-save situation and he gets lit. Maybe he just didn't have that edge. I mean, it was a high leverage situation. It was a high leverage appearance, but he got blown up, and the Royals lose 6-2. So I don't know what else you could say about that. But hey, Tyler Tolbert had a fantastic play out in the outfield. So he continues to do some good things for the Royals, so that's nice. I guess the bigger news than just another Royals loss that we shouldn't get fixated on is many of us got our wish, and now we will see Jack Caglione in the home run derby.
He's the guy that with one swing would change the outcome of the game.
Splash! Jack Caglione goes into the water again. Lumberjack. What a shot. Are you kidding?
As far as power goes,
This ball he destroyed.
Wow! Where will that land?
A monster. Caglione Jack.
You excited about that, Jake? I am.
Oh, I think that we're all excited for that. I'm pumped. You and Buster talked about it a long time ago. You started that campaign.
Did I?
Well, you and Buster. I remember that discussion more than a month ago.
Right. First he had to start to hit.
Right.
Right?
Yes. And hit he has.
Oh, yeah.
But he's always had that power. I mean, we've seen flashes of that all year and into last year. He crushes the ball. That'd be great.
Remember, Home Run Derby is on Netflix.
It is. It should be interesting to see how they produce it.
They've done.
Oh, I think they do some of the best work in terms of their sports entertainment packages. I mean, their NFL games have been good. Their fights have been, in terms of production, besides, Rosie Perez being on there. And I think they do some of the best sports documentaries in terms of production. They do a Formula One racing. They do a golf one. Those are both fantastic productions. So I'm interested. Didn't they do the opening game of the year, or they did one game at the beginning of the year? Yeah, Yankees Giants. Deebs informs me. So
Deebs knows.
Deebs does know. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. No, I'm super excited to see Cags in the Home Run Derby. We can play him talking about it on MLB Network. We got that sound. And so that's cool. He's going to bring his dad to throw to him, which that's got to be awesome. To take advantage of that opportunity to have your dad throwing you at the Home Run Derby. So that's good, yeah. Monday, July 13th, 7 p.m. on Netflix. Royal slugger Jack Caglione will participate in the Home Run Derby. And hell, he might win it. It'll be the Royals' first participant since Bobby Witt Jr. blasted 50 home runs as the 2024 Home Run Derby runner-up down in Texas. But Bobby will be there as the AL starting shortstop to root on Cags. So far, the Home Run Derby participants, Jack Caglione, who has 14 home runs, Wilson Contreras, who has 20, Junior Caminero, who, remember, when the Rays were playing the Royals, he was in the midst of hitting home runs in 6 consecutive games. He's got 26 on the year. And then Yankee slugger Ben Rice, who also has 26 home runs. So they're hitting bombs. New faces, so that's pretty good. And then they'll have 4 more additions to the lineup. So yeah, man, this is just another feather in the cap for Jack Caglione as he's turned things on. In June, he hit 9 home runs. And he ranked among the AL leaders in June in runs scored. With 21, he was second. He was tied for second for best OPS in the American League, 1,036. He was tied for second with 9 home runs. Second in total bases with 66. and 9th in average at 309. So he ranked among the AL leaders in all those categories in the month of June. And again, look, man, I can't tell you how to feel about this season because you know how I feel about it. I'm extremely frustrated. And even though they put up some big offensive numbers the 2 previous games, I've told you, I hope that doesn't trick them into thinking that they're contenders or thinking that they can contend in the second half, because I'm telling you that ship sailed. And so as they sit right now at 38-55, 10 games out of the division, they got to be sellers and they got to be aggressive. They have to be. And the only team behind them in the wild card standings are the Angels. But the Royals are 38-55. That's what they are. Vinny Pasquantino could come back soon, but there's not much help that's going to come back off the IL. So it is what it is. Be aggressive, retool. You don't have to burn the thing down. You don't have to totally rebuild, but you can reload and try to restructure this team in a way that they can be more competitive next season. But boy, they better fix the bullpen, let me tell you that. Here's Cags on MLB Network. You saying he's number one or I'm number one? Well, Cags was on MLB Network to announce his participation in Home Run Derby.
Hey, Jack, you got an announcement to make?
Yeah. I was approached, a couple days ago and got asked to do the Home Run Derby, and I think I'm going to do it this year.
Hey,
my dad threw to me.
Who's going to throw to you?
My pops.
Yeah, baby. Let's go. He's going to be more nervous than you.
No, he's got ice in his veins. He's
Does he really?
Yeah. He threw in the Fall League Home Run Derby to me. Now we're doing this one. It's going to be great.
Oh, that's awesome.
So there you go. Cags making the announcement on MLB Network. Also, I'll mention that tonight will be my final appearance on stage at FIFA Fan Festival down at the World War I Museum and Memorial, Liberty Memorial. Beautiful setup for Fan Fest. And sadly, this will be my 5th and last appearance, as the game that will be shown will be France and Morocco. I know a game that you're looking forward to, Jake. But I did see that because so many high-profile teams and so many popular teams were knocked out in the Sweet 16, ticket prices for the quarterfinals have gone down quite a bit. Because if you think about the big draws that were knocked out, United States, Mexico, Canada, Brazil, here in Kansas City, Colombia,
yeah.
Portugal,
yeah,
right?
Yep.
Those are all big draws. And look, Argentina has been up against it the last 2 matches, and so I'm not going to sit here and tell you Switzerland can't beat them. But you know how much juice there would have been for Colombia and Argentina. Ticket prices would have been crazy, and the crowd in stadium would have been even crazier. Now we expect an Argentina-heavy crowd instead of a healthy split between fans from Argentina and fans from Colombia. Colombia might have had the edge. They might have taken that stadium over. Who knows? What do you think the split would have been?
I would have been shocked if it went 50-50, almost straight up. But, yeah, I mean, Colombia.
It would have been crazy.
Yeah, I think you could flip a coin, see which team had more, because they both travel. They're crazy. I mean, we saw both of them in group play here. So, I mean, and those are probably the two out of all the teams that came here. I mean, the Dutch overtook Arrowhead, but I mean,
I was trying to think of a good comparison for things that have happened at Arrowhead for intensity and a fan split. And I thought Missouri, Kansas.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Armageddon. Armageddon Arrowhead. I think that would be I think that would be a very similar type atmosphere.
Intensity and fan split?
If not even more raucous.
I don't
Colombia and
know.
Argentina. I mean, I don't know. There's
I don't know. That's the most intense atmosphere I've ever been in.
That's the only game I've actually been to that I was actually scared for my safety.
No, it's just seeing me.
You turn a corner and you're like looking at right. I'm not walking that direction.
So now it's Argentina, Switzerland. And so the get-in price, according to some outlets, was going to be around $2,500. Now it's down to $1,400, which is still a lot. Because this still could be, every time he plays now, this could be Messi's last World Cup appearance. And you have to think it's out there. The possibility is there in this quarterfinal matchup because they've looked so vulnerable in their last two matches. But the cheapest get-in price of the four, what do you think it is?
Out of those games?
Out of the four quarterfinals. What's got the lowest?
I would say probably the one here.
Nope.
Today's Argentina,
France and Morocco.
Yeah. And where's that? That game is in Boston.
The most expensive ticket of the quarterfinals, Norway and England.
Yeah.
That's got the most juice.
And I think that's out in LA, right?
But look, and I'm not.
No, that's in Miami.
And I'm not telling you these games aren't exciting, but they don't have a bunch of. I mean, I don't know. I guess for the casual fan, they don't have a bunch of juice. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean it's individual. I mean you got Messi has juice, and right now Holland going against England.
Norway, England's through the roof. That's right. Fantastic. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
you have the guy that has turned into the biggest personality and the breakout star of the World Cup, even though to soccer fans, everyone knew who he was, but now he's everywhere.
Yeah,
and everyone loves him, and everyone says he's a Targaryen.
Yep.
And if you go to Instagram, there's videos of him everywhere. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's becoming a star that's transcending the sport.
And Morocco doesn't excite anybody. Most people don't know a whole lot about them. France they got Mbappe and all world. I mean,
like imagine the difference between Spain and the United States or Spain and Belgium. So, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just talking about.
Yes. In Spain's, I mean, they have Yamal, but other than that, I mean, they're not a horribly exciting team. So you're right, but I could see why Morocco-France is probably the least.
But then if you get to the semifinals, you could have unbelievable matchups if they all hold up.
Yeah, I mean you could have
if Argentina wins,
France, Spain, and then
if Argentina wins, England wins, Spain wins, and France wins, it's all good.
I mean those are the four favorites.
So we'll see.
According to Vegas. Yep. But today, you'll be down at the Fan Fest.
Yes, I will be at Fan Fest. France and Morocco Fan Fest opens at 2, and then the match is at 3. And there'll be entertainment on stage before the match and after the match. Some live music, some DJs. And so if you want to come down and check out Fan Fest, this might be your best chance to do it without the crowds being crazy, because besides the matches on Friday, Sheryl Crow is going to be performing on Friday.
Oh boy.
And so that, I was going to go, but I don't know if I am now. We'll see. And then Saturday, All-American Rejects and Tech 9 performing. And so there'll be a lot more people for the music acts on Friday and Saturday, and also that's the weekend. And so if you're looking for a chance to slide in and enjoy the festivities at FIFA Fan Fest, and if you haven't been there and you don't want the crowd to be overwhelming and you want to watch a really good match and enjoy the festivities, today might be your day. And I'll be there on stage the entire time with Kimmy Checks. How about that? All right? So FIFA Fan Fest. And watch France and Morocco and have some fun. We'll take a break. Back after this on WHP.
You are listening to A New Day with SSJ.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
On Sports Radio 810 WHP.
At Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, we are proud to be chosen by our neighbors and recognized by Forbes as one of America's best insurance companies. Awarded for the dependable coverage we've been providing for generations, including 75 years of life insurance to protect Missouri families. Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance. We've got Missouri covered.
I'm Heather Austin, your Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent. And if you're in Jackson County, I've got you covered.
Make Carne Diem part of your weekend plans. Every Saturday, buy 3 sausages and get 1 free. Then come back Sunday for 20% off fresh bread, pastries, and grab-and-go meals. It's just another reason Kansas City loves Carne Diem and Briarcliff.
When it comes to medical laundry, clean isn't just important. It's everything. That's why Kansas City Hospital...
Man, I couldn't sleep last night, so I've been trying to watch movies that I haven't seen, that I should have seen, but for whatever reason I didn't see them.
What'd you watch?
On my list. And I don't know how I landed on this movie, but boy, it put me through it. I was filled with anxiety. I was trying to find something that would help me sleep, and this one did not help me sleep. Denzel Washington, Flight.
Ooh. Oh. Oh.
Yeah, right?
No.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
I remember seeing that in theaters.
Yeah.
Oh.
And there's some movies where just you don't see them and you don't know why.
It hits hard.
And I try to see every Denzel Washington movie because why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And I remember wanting to see it, and
For
I didn't
you,
for
it
whatever
just gives you
reason.
another level of not wanting to fly.
Oh, I know. I mean, there's nothing.
You
that
already
changed
hate
that.
to fly.
Yeah, I didn't know you were that opposed to flying.
No, I'm
watching this crazy
very
now.
opposed to flying. But anyway,
That doesn't give you any faith.
I like seeing Kelly Riley in it. Who we know is Beth from Yellowstone. I like the fact that her husband is Rip, and in that movie she kept calling him Whip. Remember? And then, the best was John Goodman though. His role in that movie.
Yeah,
was,
he's just great. John Goodman's great.
Yeah, so I watched that, and I'm like, I'll watch this. Let's see what
No.
See how this will go.
It's not relaxing.
I can't sleep. That's sad. I was like, what am I watching?
Watching an alcoholic pilot.
Yeah.
That's what you're watching.
He was an alcoholic. Let me tell you.
He was a pilot.
That scene where they left him alone in the hotel room overnight before he's going to testify.
Well,
and they go in there, and that place was trash.
Me on the road at CBS.
I had that thought.
Yeah.
I said, this movie came out in 2012.
Yeah.
I wonder
Yes.
how this movie resonated with Jake and how it resonates with him now.
Yes. PTSD flashbacks.
Right.
Waking up like that. Yeah. Crew call. What? Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a tough movie. Great acting though.
Fantastic
Great
acting. I just, wrong choice for what the goals were.
Yes.
For me to, I go to some wide eyed.
You're not falling asleep to that one.
Right. And even after the plane scene and everything else, is him.
Yeah.
How many stressful, anxiety-filled situations.
Yeah.
So, hell of a movie, though. Let me tell you.
It's a little close to home for me. For a lot of people, I'm sure.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a family disease.
I mean, like you said, fantastic movie. Also, yesterday, and man, did I get a kick out of this. And we're going to have one of these gentlemen. Hopefully, we'll have both of them at some point soon. But there was a really cool video, about a 5.5-minute video that was posted by Mizzou Athletics and Mizzou Football, basically announcing that Coach Andy Hill and former Mizzou quarterback Drew Lock, recent winner of a ring with Seattle, have both been inducted into the Mizzou Athletics Hall of Fame. And look, I love Drew. You know that because of the timing of it. Phil St. John was such a fan of Drew Lock and fashioned his hair after him. And then when it was Drew Lock's senior day against Arkansas, and it was, you talk about rain outside, it was a downpour that day. And I knew Phil wanted to go. I said, we'll go. We're going to go anyway. And we got our ponchos, and we sat out in that damn rainstorm and watched that game. And that was one of the games where John Elway was up in the press box because the Broncos were scouting Drew Lock very closely, and of course they ended up drafting him. But this video was so well done because, Andy Hill recruited Drew Lock. Andy Hill used to recruit Kansas City. And for, Mizzou fans, people know Andy Hill was a wide receiver at Mizzou and then long-time assistant coach. And what was really cool, and we're going to have Andy Hill on the show on Monday. He was going to come on today, but it didn't work out. He's going to come on the show on Monday. And the reason why this was special to me is Andy used to recruit Kansas City. And somehow, some way, he started to enjoy my nighttime show when he'd be here in Kansas City recruiting. And so he started listening to me, and then, a couple of times we met at recruiting events, and we struck up a friendship. And so then sometimes when he'd be in town and there was a Mizzou basketball game on, we'd meet at the 8-10 zone and watch the Mizzou basketball game together, or just to get together and have dinner. Just one of the best people I've met in this business. And he was an unbelievable recruiter. And you look at some of the names that he was able to pull out of Kansas City, because he recruited Kansas City. Phenomenal. Tony Temple, and remember that recruiting battle? Martin Rucker, Chase Kaufman, Brock Christopher, Michael Keck, Andrew Gatchkar, Derek Washington, Andrew Wilson, Alden Smith, Marcus Lucas, E.J. Gaines, Shane Ray, Evan Boehm, Charles Harris, Drew Lock. A lot of NFL draft picks there. A lot of great players that he recruited, right? And so they set up this video, and maybe we'll play it on Monday because we don't have time today. Well, maybe we'll play it maybe in 9:30. Who knows? And so they set up this video where Andy thinks he is going to read this letter and break the news to Drew Lock that he's going to the Mizzou Hall of Fame. And Drew thinks he's there to read this letter and let Andy know that he's going to the Mizzou Hall of Fame. And also for people that don't know, and this is another reason why this was very special, I thought, is Drew Lock's father, and Andy Lock, who was, again, a great friend of the show. And we used to text back and forth during the show a lot. And he recently passed away. And let me tell you, when I say a great guy, I mean a great guy. And his daughter played basketball at UMKC for a while. And so I'd see him and his wife at basketball games. I'd see them at Mizzou football games. And we struck up a friendship. And he was such a nice man. He played football at Mizzou and played under Andy Reid at Mizzou. Andy was one of his coaches. And so, and Drew Lock's grandfather was at Mizzou also. And so it was really cool because Andy Hill's reading this letter to Drew Lock, and he's getting choked up because he's talking about recruiting him. And, and now he's being inducted into the Hall of Fame at Mizzou. And because I think at one point he brought up, how proud his dad would be. And that's still emotional. And it wasn't that long ago that Andy Lock passed away. I mean, you get that, Jake. It was, watching that, I got teared up.
Yeah, I mean,
and you could tell
that was definitely emotional.
Yeah, it hit Drew that, he couldn't believe that Andy was telling him he's going to the Hall of Fame. And I thought it was a great moment. And we will play this at 9:30 because I think it's worth it. He just said, the last couple of years, I've tried to think back and just wondered, did I do enough? Did I do enough to get this? I mean, let me tell you, he had 43 touchdown passes in a season, which I think is the SEC record. And I can also, let me tell you this, if Drew Lock was the quarterback of that football team last year, they're going to the playoffs and they're winning a game or two. with that defense and that running game, if they had Drew Lock at quarterback, that's a championship contender. They may not win it, but they're going to the playoffs and they win a game or two. The last couple of years, I digress. And so then, after Andy Hill reads that emotional letter announcing that Drew's going to go to the Hall of Fame, Drew, he reads his letter. He goes, well, and he talks about everything Andy's done for Mizzou and what he's meant to him. And he goes, and now I'm here to tell you that you have been inducted into the Mizzou Hall of Fame. And it was just so well done and so cool. And to have that, for the guy that recruited him and got him to Mizzou, because he was heavily recruited, if you remember. And he made the announcement at his dad's restaurant out in Lee Summit. And he was also, Drew Lock also known for when Todd Lebo was a guest speaker at Lee Summit High School, Drew Lock was his host and walked him around the halls.
For career day.
I'm sure that Drew thinks about that all from time to time. And so that was just, watch that video. I reposted it. Mizzou Athletics posted it, and so did Mizzou Football. And it's just, it gets you in the feels. You know what I mean? Because you can see how much it means to Drew and how, he's talking about what it would have meant to his dad, and you could see how much it meant to Andy because Andy was good friends with his dad, and Andy recruited him, and just, I don't know. I said that to Jake, and Jake said, "This is why I'm becoming a Mizzou football fan." Look at those emotions.
I think that
Eli
those
Drake
were not the
was
words.
there,
Yeah, Coach Drink.
It just
not the words I said, but
it got me choked up, man. But
I said I understand. I watched that, and
because I think about every time, and why wouldn't you be? Every time I would see Andy Lock, and like just how proud he was, and I used to, a couple of times I sat by him at Mizzou games. And I was getting a kick out of watching him agonizingly watching his son play quarterback for the team that he played for. Because there's ups and downs, and you're watching. You think I go through it watching a Mizzou game? These parents, and then just Andy Hill, who just owned Kansas City as far as a recruiter, and he was one of the first guys who was a regular guest on my nighttime show, and I don't forget that stuff, man. Because it was hard to get people to come on my show. Like, who is this guy? What's he want me to do? At what time? I'll come on the show at 7:30 at night when I'm trying to enjoy my family. And some of the first people that came on my show that had that were valued guests were Andy Hill, Bill Self, long before he was a Kansas coach. Before he was the Illinois coach, Frank Bowl, Jack Carey, those were some cool people. Vic Faust, when he was one of the color commentators for Mizzou football, those were some cool people that gave me the time of day when many people told me to eat this. And so, what are you in there laughing for? Everything's you ha-ha and everything else. And so, that meant a lot to me to see those two guys in Andy Hill and Drew Lock inducted into the Mizzou Hall of Fame. Just knowing what that would have meant to Drew's dad and knowing what it means to Andy Hill. So we'll have Andy Hill on the show on Monday, and we'll chase Drew Lock. I don't think Jake can catch Drew Lock. Drew's too fast, but Jake says he's going to try.
I'm pretty quick. I could trap him. It's not always about quickness on catching people.
Also, Mizzou added another real basketball game to the non-con. At Indiana has been added.
It's a cool place.
I want to go.
Yeah, I would highly recommend it.
Yeah, go see Assembly Hall. Why not?
I want to go see that.
Getting there is not the easiest, but
what do you mean?
Oh, I think.
What, there's not a flight?
Well,
there's not a flight into Bloomington.
Yeah, there's not a flight because I'm not flying.
Right.
So how long would it take me to drive?
I bet that's an 8 or 9 hour drive. Let's check it out.
Means worth it.
Yeah, I think you
go see the team I root for.
Let's see, to Bloomington, Indiana, from right here at our studios. would be
It's December 18th.
Oh, 7 hours and 36 minutes.
That's doable.
That's child's play.
Especially when it makes someone else drive.
But I think that includes losing in an hour.
No. Well, it's whatever.
Yeah, right.
7 or 8.
7.5 is what says drive time.
You think it's worth it?
Yeah. Go through St. Louis, see some friends in St. Louis. I mean, you go right through St. Louis if you go to Bloomington.
I'd like Caesar might actually go with me to that.
Right. Go pick him up.
All right.
It is worth it. It's a cool gym.
It's a one-off. It's not a series, so I may not get the chance again. I like it. And these games that Dennis Gates is scheduling leads me to believe he thinks this particular squad is going to be pretty damn good. So I like it.
He also probably heard some complaints from.
Well, now he's hearing complaints that why are you scheduling so many tough games?
Well,
how come they're all on the road or neutral sites? Like, pick which. What are you going to bitch about? The schedule's not good enough, or now it's too good.
It's college basketball.
Give me these games.
Yeah, you want these games.
Give it to me.
You don't want. Yeah.
Give it to me.
You don't want soft schedules in college basketball.
I like that game.
You should.
Thank you.
It's a good game.
I appreciate you. I'm gonna go see him play in Chicago too. Get some Marquette.
Golden Eagles.
Do whatever I want.
You against D Money.
Tell him to meet me there.
He probably. I bet he's going to that game.
Where's he based?
He's based in San Clemente, California. But
Will he make the trip?
Yeah, he probably will. He's got friends in Chicago.
Would he want to give me a ticket or no?
He probably could. He takes Gavin to a game every year.
But would he want to?
Sure he would.
Would he heard like, I'd like to do that?
Sure he would.
Yeah, I bet.
Looks to help people.
You love Marquette's head coach.
Shaka?
Don't you?
Not really.
Swartz was the one that
yeah, whatever. I didn't. Shaka's fine.
All right, we'll take a break. Back into this on WHB. Attention, Kansas City. I have a very important announcement. Joe's KC Barbecue is celebrating the last of the World Cup in KC with a KC special. How about this? Thursday and Friday, which means today and tomorrow, $5 off burnt ends. The burnt end dinner comes with one side and Texas toast. Normally $24.99. Now, today and tomorrow, just $19.99. It is delicious. The rib and burnt end dinner, just $19.99. Get hot, fresh burnt ends by the pound for just $21.99. Dine in, carry out, or order online using the Joe's To Go app. The special price goes until supplies last each day. Joe's wants to thank Kansas City and soccer fans for waiting in line, braving the heat, and making this an awesome experience for the entire Joe's KC staff. $5 off burnt ends Thursday and Friday at Joe's Kansas City Barbecue, and tell them SSJ sent you.
New Day with SSJ is brought to you by Walker Medical Linen Service. Locally owned, HLAC certified, and trusted by Kansas City's top hospitals and clinics. Walker Medical Linen Service. Clean you depend on. Online at walkermls.com.